Yeah, yeah. Fresh out the cell with a plan and a boo. Ain't clip beeping, but my heart's beating for you. Let's go. Met her on a prison pen pal site. She said you cute even in that orange light. Now I'm home and I'm free, kinda on probation. She picked me up in a Prius, pure elation. Got a teardrop tat and a heart full of dreams. She brought cupcakes and some government cheese. I said, girl, you a snack, maybe even a feast. She said, you just hungry cause you live with the beast. Love after lockup, wild and free. Got no keys, but she got the key to me. From yard time to FaceTime, look at us glow. From prison phone calls to reality show. Love after lockup, we don't play. Tinder got nothing on JPay. I did my time, now I'm doing hers. Doing laundry and love, both in spurts.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Love After Lockup Lockdown, where we are covering Season 3, Episode 3. As always, you can find us in our Facebook group and on Instagram at Love After Lockup Lockdown. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Lisa.
And this week we're covering Season 3, Episode 3, Date with Destiny. Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Recently, we spoke to Jonathan Miller of John and Christiana. That episode's already been out. And we were just saying before we started recording here how bad we feel about what we say about John in the episodes. But to be fair, we're watching a TV show. We don't know these people. All we know is what we're seeing when we watch the show. When we're watching the TV show and John was telling us that it's very staged, and the way that they have to record, they have to do it sometimes 15 times. Things will happen and then the production's not there. We'll have to go back and recreate. They make you make things up. But everyone who chose to be on the show has to remember that we don't know you. We don't know how you really are. We only know you as how you were portrayed on this television show. So you need to remember that, like, we are just fans of the show. We're watching it as it's shown to us. And of course, the things and the scenarios that you see on the show are crazy and are something to talk about, and that's just how it is. I mean, you did choose this, and we always say, you chose this, how they portrayed you, you knew what you were getting into, and now you're kind of suffering the consequences. Some people actually got good things out of this, so they have great followings on social media. They're making it's so easy to make money on social media these days. So I mean, if they have a business, they got to boost their business, and there's a lot of good things that can come from this show, even if it puts you in a bad light.
So this week we are starting with a new couple. We have Chandra, who's 28, and Tyrese, who is 49. Chandra is in prison for conspiracy to distribute meth, and she's been in there for 3 years, and Tyrese is an engineer.
Is it Shonda or Chandra?
Oh, I don't know.
I asked myself, but I didn't have time to go backwards because I was hurrying. So I'm like, oh, Jen will know, because I was like, is there an R? But I couldn't go back. I was rushing.
Shanda, you're right. I just mispronounced it.
Shanda or Shonda? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Chanda.
I think this is the only scene they have, so we'll have to get it right next time. Chandra.
Chanda. Well, I guess I just threw that R in there. My apologies. Chanda?
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 Chan?
Chanda? What if Chan dated Chanda?
Oh, they could have little Chan and Chandas.
Chanda. Anyway.
Oh, you'd have to double it, right? Wouldn't it be Chan? Yeah, like you said, Chanda.
Chanda. That sounds like something you would get at like a really high class Mexican restaurant. I'll do Chanda.
But can I have it with no salsa, please?
So Tyrese is making a list of the things he needs to get for her when she's released.
Surprise, this is how he met her. Something came across his phone that said, meet prison inmates. Okay, I don't know what is he using, an Android where he just gets ads? What was he on his phone that he got an ad for this? The porn site?
Hot singles near you want to meet.
I'm like, what would you have to be on to get a pop-up on your cell phone? Like on a computer maybe, but that doesn't even happen much anymore. Like pop-ups aren't even a thing. I guess this was like 2019, 20, no, 2020, maybe.
I know exactly what he was doing. He was looking up a recipe. Have you ever looked up a recipe online?
Oh, yes. And you
So
accidentally hit the ad on it
there you go. He
and
wasn't
but
going to date a prisoner, and then he was looking up a recipe for banana bread, and it
yes,
all went downhill from there.
that is exactly. He was not looking for a corn recipe at all. So he says that Shonda is pretty and seems sincere. That's what they all say.
He says that he's considered a hot commodity because he's financially secure and not an ugly man. And he's not an ugly man. He's a handsome
No,
guy.
he's very good looking, and I think he looks younger than he is. So he looks really great. He says that everyone wants to be loved. True, but you don't have to go this this route to be loved, not as an attractive black man with a good job.
He says that most women look at him and think he's a player, but he's actually like a really romantic guy. And he does seem like it. He seems like he's making a bad decision, but he does seem like a romantic guy and maybe making the bad decision because he is a romantic type of guy.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we don't know what the allure of this is. We don't know, like we said, it could be kink, it could be the excitement, it could be the control. Who the hell knows? At some point, well, I think that we have asked Deontay and we had asked John when we interviewed them, but I, I don't know if it would always be the same answer, but you don't really know the truth. I personally would not go this way, and if one of my children or my friends or whatever family member was doing this, I'd be like, "You're fucking crazy."
Yeah. This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
He says that his ideal woman is independent and strong and understanding and has a nice butt.
Mhm. Yeah. He says you could have 100 women and there's only one you truly love. I don't know what he meant. I don't know if he means you have 100 women at a time and then only one of them you love. 100 women in your lifetime and you only truly love one. I don't know.
Those are still big numbers.
Yeah.
He says that she's a country girl who didn't have a support system, but he's going to be there for her to support her. So things are going to be different for her this time.
We've heard it all before. Well, let's see. He has 3 kids. They show a picture of the kids. They all look like adults, I think, or teens, or I don't know. They're young, but they're
Older.
old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And he's worried what they're gonna think. They've only been together for 2.5 months together, air quotes.
So he meets his friend Tangi at the store and says he's known her for about 10 years. And they're shopping for Shanda because she's being released in 2 days.
hmm I was catching Scott and Lizzie vibes on these two.
Right? Well,
Yeah.
definitely. You mean like Charlene?
Yep, I was
Yeah.
getting a Charlene and Scott kind of, because he had the bestie Charlene. Yeah, so with Shonda and Tyrese, it looks like Tangi's that person.
That's how it felt, definitely.
Yeah. Yep. She's just like, I don't know what to get her because I don't know her. I know very little about her, and she's trying to pick out a whole damn wardrobe for a woman she's never met, and he's never met.
Yeah, he didn't even tell Tangi Shanda's name. So she's
hmm
like, I know literally there isn't less that I could know about this girl.
Yes.
But Tangi laughs at him when he tells her how old Shanda is.
hmm
Again, it gives Charlene vibes.
All over again. I mean, Lizzie was not young, but I mean, they had the same vibe as like, you're crazy.
Yeah. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. So Tangi is just like, well, this doesn't make sense. Like he's a good guy with a good job. And then she's asks the question that they all ask, have you sent her any money? And of course, he says, yeah.
Yeah. Tangie's like, that's why she likes you.
Yep. I'm all with Tangie on this.
All the way. And this is Shanda's second stint in jail. So she is a repeat offender as well. But Tyrese says Tangie is jealous and she's never liked anybody he's dated. And isn't that that's always the story?
Charlene.
Oh, she's obviously jealous. Or she's a good fucking friend, man.
Yeah, yep. He says, like this is always another thing. No matter what Tangie says, I'm going to do what I want. They don't care. They have their friends. They have their family. They have their kids. Everyone's telling them this is a bad idea. And they're like, I'll do what I want. So
yeah, every time. But Tangie does say that with a drug dealing girlfriend, he's going to end up in trouble too. And she's right. Like, you can't be around this stuff and not also end up in trouble.
It depends on what you're around for sure. And again, drugs, they're not going to use drugs. When they're out, they're going to have a whole different life, and they're not going to ever want to go back to it because love will solve it all. Sure it will.
Tangie says that Shanda's already conning him and only wants his money. And you can't think that she's too far off because while they're at the store, he spends $600 on her.
Yep, $560.40 to be exact. And when the lady tells him, he goes, "What?" But then still hands the card. Well, she says, "Well, what are you gonna do?" Tangie says, "What are you gonna do?" After he hears them mouth, and he goes, "This," and he says, "Pay for it," and he hands his credit card over.
He thought he was something right there, too. And he just looks like a silly goose. Next up, John and Christiana. And John proposes to Christiana, and she plays it up and then says, absolutely.
Don't want to ruin it for anyone, but if you haven't listened to our John episode, go ahead and listen to it because you'll hear the truth. So, but I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to go listen to it.
Go listen. Now.
The girls are screaming after she says yes. They're in the prison door or whatever, and they're like watching this whole thing go down. And she says yes, and then they all scream.
She says she has no idea he was going to propose. You had no idea he was going to propose. This whole scene makes me just want to go listen to what John said.
You have to. I will just. We're telling you emphatically, listen to the John episode. You need to. So as I'm watching this episode, the whole time I'm like, wow. I'm like, Christiana's not a bad actor, is she?
Yeah. Stuff you think you're like, why is that person acting so weird? And then you find out it's because they're literally fucking acting. They're not professional actors. They're just people, and they're trying to act out a scene. And that makes it seem like once you know that, you're like, okay, they're a little bit less weird than I initially thought. A little bit.
This is why I always said, like, Tony, as in Tony and Angelo, looked like he was reading cue cards and sounded like he was reading cue cards.
Yeah.
Because he probably fucking was.
He probably was.
Because Tony's such a fucking dumbass.
Cue card Tony.
He couldn't remember his line. Same thing with Shane. Shane was the same thing. He talked real low, monotone, like he was reading something, but in a slow kind of way.
I feel like if he was reading, he would have been talking even slower.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So Christiana says when she was in prison, she dreamed about their wedding, and she'd have her mom walk her down the aisle.
She'd also have mason jars and a horse and a carriage.
Yep.
Mason jars. I mean, I get what she means, but of all mason jars and a horse and a carriage.
I think she's thinking like a country wedding, where you use it for, because I've seen weddings. I don't think I've ever been to one, but I've seen, pictures of weddings where they use them as glasses and they use them as vases. And it is almost it's almost the theme of the wedding. Like they use it every way imaginable.
I had mason jars as my centerpieces. I put lights in them, and then I had flowers as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
they look cool if you get like colored ones and then you stick or you get clear ones and you stick like the little fairy lights in them. They actually look really cool.
So they're in the limo and they're driving and they make a toast. And I think it's champagne. I can't swear to it, but I think it's champagne. Why the fuck would you bring alcohol to somebody? I don't know. I could be wrong. That is going from prison to the halfway house. Won't they be tested once they get there? And if not, like, is that a good idea?
No, okay. There's not a whole lot of tests that will pick up on a little bit of alcohol. Maybe it was like a sparkling juice or something. I have no idea. We missed the fact that she said she wanted John to have a white suit with turquoise and that she'd have a corset dress.
I love corset dresses.
I do too, but I can't wear one because my arms are fat.
Well, you could. You're just choosing not to. Anybody can wear a corset
I choose,
dress.
I choose not to wear a corset dress as to not
To not
torture
offend
people
the
with my upper
eye.
arms.
So Christiana says that John is something right in her life and he's more than what she expected in a man. And it feels like after a long time of it feels like she had a pretty rough life. You know, I don't know that she did or she didn't, but that's the vibe that the show portrays.
And I think John is a good guy. We know that talking to him, all of his kids are from one person, one marriage, and that person had problems with drugs, and he raised all of his children by himself. So, good, yes, a good guy. He said he struggled, but he was a good guy.
Isn't it funny though how production portrays people? Like they had him
Mhm.
counting how many kids he had, like he couldn't
Yes.
remember. You know what I mean?
That was totally that one. I was like, there's not a soul that, especially because he raised them, that wouldn't know all of their kids' names, no matter how many you like. I bet the Duggars could just be like Jim Bob, Jim Joe,
Jim
Jen
Joe,
Jill,
Jojo, Jim
Jojo,
Bib Bob.
Sally Sue. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
I wonder how many kids they have now.
You don't know, 24, but John has 8, right? And I
8,
mean,
yeah.
he does have complicated names for his kids. Let's just say that.
I like the name Sapphire. People name their kids
Yeah.
Jade all the time.
I mean, I have for a very long time. I'm 49 years old, but even when I was in like my 30s and 40s, I would go through all 3 names of my kids before I'd get to the right one. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. You
My
list
grandma
all
used
3
to do
names.
that. All the time. She would.
It's like Joe, Bobby, Maria.
Yeah.
And clearly I had 2 boys and a girl, and I would still call my daughter by both of her brothers' names before getting to her name.
Your brain was just running through the cycle. Start at the
Just you're
beginning and
pissed. It's always when you're pissed. You're just like, I don't remember. Who the fuck are you? I don't remember your name.
it's when you start throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. You're like, God damn it, it's gonna be one of these people.
Yep.
So they're headed to his truck to get married, but he's worried about getting her to the halfway house on time. I mean, I wonder how much of this was staged, but if you had 45 minutes, that is not enough time to, I mean, that's enough time to like swing off at a speedway, pick up a hot dog and a Coke and be on your way. Like, that's not giving you very much time.
They like to do this in every scenario. Everyone's always in a rush to get to the halfway house because they're
Yeah.
going to be late for the halfway house, and they got to get to the halfway house. And we're going to stop for steak, but we're going to be we got to skip the blowjob because we're going to be late for the halfway house. All of them, they're like so tight on the time they got to get to the halfway house.
Which I wonder how true that is because You remember Tony, he took off from the halfway house, and then they supposedly, at least, called Angela and were like, hey, if Tony comes back, we won't do anything about him running away from the halfway house. Like, he's got this many hours to come back. And it could be like location, but still,
Yeah.
you would think the rules would be somewhat similar, at least.
Yeah, I very much think that it's different. It could be different. I would say state to state, even like city to city, county to fucking county. Who the hell
Could
knows?
be.
They all have
Yeah.
their own judicial systems and how things run. But they're heading to this wedding chapel on wheels, the truck that he turned into like a dojo or whatever the fuck it is. And
Listen,
wrong religion. What was
listen.
it?
Listen, I have to get this joke out of the way because it's been in my head for days now. But he prepared his wedding fuck truck, right? Okay.
That's what it is. It's like a truck that doubles as a wedding chapel and triples as a motel room.
Yes. I thought about scrapping the joke altogether, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to. So it will henceforth be known as the fuck truck.
There is not a soul who has watched this show who has not been like, what the fuck on this truck? I don't care how nice John is. What the fuck?
You got to be interesting to stay on the show, we see.
Yeah.
People who are more interesting have more airtime and probably get paid more. So it's like it's like playing a game, I think. You know, how interesting can you be?
Yep.
Next up, Maurice and Jessica, and he's on the phone with his aunt while she's driving. And he said he's missed the free world, like watching cable and walking to the bathroom naked.
You know, I get it, because you would miss simple things. You'd miss big things, but I don't think you'd know how much you miss simple things until they're no longer there for you. It's I mean, like I've been in like treatment for mental health, and yeah, it fucking sucks. Even 7 days, you're like, oh man, like I didn't realize I missed my cell phone. Being outside even is like, I don't even have, like, I don't like to be outside, but even just then you're just like, I just want to be fucking outside. Like a television, like a television you can like have for your own self, private bathroom, it's terrible. And these people go through this for years.
It would definitely change you.
Yeah.
He says he's a free man and he doesn't have to listen to anybody anymore, except for maybe your wife.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what kind of a wife she's going to be, because you don't know how a person truly is until you live with them. I don't care what anyone says.
That's true. And even then, you don't truly know who somebody is. You just know them on a more intimate level.
Yep, sometimes they're a complete stranger after 15 years. Sorry.
So they need to get to LA for his parole, but they have a home in Vegas. It didn't feel like they had thought this through all the way. Like they knew that things were going to work out. They were winging it.
Yeah, but they're heading to, I got a little confused here because I was watching this quickly. They're heading to her house, right? Her house in Vegas. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. I mean, based on what he tells his aunt, he says that he doesn't want to tell parole that he's leaving and he just wants to go to Vegas. And his aunt's like, no.
Yeah. Can't do that.
If that did not set off red flags in her brain, I don't know what would.
Yeah, exactly. They do show up to her house. We know it's her house now because I was barely paying attention to that. But the first thing he does is not rush to have sex with his wife. He wants to go straight to the bathroom to go poop. And all he's saying is, there's real toilet paper in here, which makes me think, what kind of fucking toilet paper do they have in jail or in prison?
It's got to
like
be one
that
ply.
Stretchy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Septic safe.
So she says she's nervous about having sex with him in the free world. I don't understand what difference it makes where you fucking do it. Who cares? I mean, I guess it's different to do it in prison and to do it there, but it's not the first time you're having sex. It's just why would you be nervous? That seems weird.
Yeah, especially because when he was describing what it's like to have the conjugal visits with your spouse when you're in prison, he says that they give you, and I've heard this before, they give you a little apartment. It has a little kitchen, it has a little bathroom, a bed, and like a couch or something. And then the seal like leaves. I'm assuming they like stay on guard outside the door or something. I don't know how it really truly goes, but yeah, they've had private sex.
They were. I mean, how is it different having sex with the production crew there than it is having sex in a prison?
Yeah, I mean, on this show, yeah, it's worse to be on this show than it is to have conjugal visits in prison.
Yeah, at least you have
Because
privacy, I would think, in
yeah,
conjugals.
yeah, because he said they like leave, but like on the show, production's like right up in your face. And one thing I caught when we were interviewing Jonathan or John was that he said that like you have a different production crew where you are, and sometimes these production crews are just hired locally. So this this production crew signs on not knowing that they're going to have to record you having gross sex in the middle of a field on a blanket.
Ugh. Yeah, she says she hopes that the sex is good and he enjoys it. He's been locked up and presumably hasn't had sex, at least hasn't had sex with a woman in 2 years.
2
So
years, yeah.
I would think that would that no matter what kind of sex he's getting, he would be happy with it.
She says again that she knows that he only married her because he wanted to have sex. Okay. Okay. I have something to say about this one. I think they're joking about that. Like you can hear them joking about it. I don't think that he would have married her just simply to have sex with her because they've been married for 4 years. I mean,
What reason would he have to divorce her with the okay, so the prospect of someday getting back his conjugals? If
mhm,
he divorced her, he would have to start all over and find somebody else to marry. If he stays married to her, nothing really changes. He's still in prison regardless. And
yeah.
we do know from the group that they're not together still.
Yeah.
So it could be that he did marry her to have sex and then just didn't divorce her because the possibility existed that at some point he would be able to have sex with her again. And he, you know,
He's a good-looking guy, like a good-looking guy. He's one of the better looking guys I think that we have on the show. Again, he would never have to go this route, although she's pretty attractive too. But I don't think he's gonna have a shortage of people to have sex with on the outside. But on the inside, like we're saying, I mean, you do have to be married. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. I don't know.
it's a good question. So he sits down on the couch and she moves over to sit by him, but she was already sitting on the couch. Like, why did he not sit right by her? Anyway,
We now notice these things.
I was just like, why wouldn't you sit close to her?
Exactly. He says that his wife has ass and titties and can cook. I mean, hey, I got a simple husband too, so I get it.
And then the producer says, "Don't let us stop you from doing your thing." Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, he says if she wants to have babies, then we can have babies. And he's not shooting out blanks. So now again, a guy who doesn't want to stay married to someone doesn't want to just like pop out a bunch of babies with her because then he's going to have to pay child support.
I don't think that he thinks that far ahead. I don't think he's thinking
No.
about child support.
Yeah.
So they're laying in bed and he tells her that he's been saving it up for 2 months and hasn't played with himself once. Ugh.
Okay.
Ugh.
I mean, at least it wasn't like someone. It's a little less gross having someone good looking saying these things than like if it were to be like Tony or
I mean, that would be way worse, but anybody saying them is still,
It is still yuck.
He says that during their first conjugal that he was naked by the time the guy left the room.
I believe he was.
I believe he was too. He left his underwear in his cell.
Oh.
Next up, Scott and Lindsay, and Scott goes into a restaurant to order steaks to go.
I was a little confused on this one because he's going to a airport to meet her, and he's got just these steaks chilling out in the limo for like hours, or what's happening here? Because he's still got to wait for her flight, which might be delayed, and then they still got to drive after that. So he's just got these steaks. Like, why not pick up the steaks after?
Exactly. He didn't think this through very well.
Or production was like, hey, you know what would be cool, Scott? If you just picked up a bunch of steaks.
We'll pay for it. That's probably exactly what happened. The show paid for some of this shit, so they do it.
Yeah.
Scott says he moved to Mississippi to be near her and to get a house for him, her, and Miley to live in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of the things she wanted besides a house and like a bunch of furniture and a lot of clothes and money is she wanted that damn steak, and it is her birthday tomorrow. So then we shoot over to Lindsay and we hear what Lindsay wants out of her life, and not one thing she says mentions Scott at all. I don't know if you heard this. Some of the things she said, I didn't write it all down. She says she has so many plans. She wants to clean her house for the first time. She wants champagne and a bath and to lay in her bed all day long with nobody bothering her. I don't know what you caught, but none of it mentioned Scott.
No.
Or her daughter.
Right, he would just be there to provide for her.
Mm-hmm.
Scott says that he hasn't kept track of the amount of money that he spent on her, but he estimates it to be around $15,000 or $20,000.
That is, crazy. Yeah, and he decided that he's gonna get a limo to pick her up. I don't know if I said that or not, but when he goes to, I forgot about this too. I think it was production asked if she thinks he's a millionaire, and he says probably. So, I don't know what he did here. I don't know if that's something production made up or if he's really made her think this.
Sorry, based on the way she's acting, it sounds like he portrayed himself to be that way.
I think so. And then when he's purchasing this limo, his credit card gets declined.
Right. He does mention that they haven't spent any touchy face-to-face time.
Well, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I wouldn't ever do touchy FaceTime with this dude's lip. I'd be like, get that fucking thing away from me.
It's an allergic reaction.
I've heard a million things. Yeah, okay. So he's constantly eating that food preservative. He's not once gone for an allergy test at all to figure out which one's fucking bothering him.
Well, we have to see how long he's actually on the show. If he's on the show for like 3 weeks, it's possible he could have had an allergic reaction the whole time.
That's true, because we do know that these are not filmed over like months and years. Some of these people are filmed over a week.
Right.
And they have an entire season of a week.
Next up, Quaylon and Chevelle, and he's getting out the next day, but she's really upset that he told his mom that he was going to live with her in Houston.
Mm-hmm. I think he really just is telling mom the truth and lying to Chevelle. I'm sorry. I don't know what happens yet.
That's how it feels, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, mom says that she's not in agreement with him getting released and living in Kansas City, but who cares what mom wants? He's a grown-ass man.
But this is a mama's boy, clearly. So I think he's definitely going to do, like, he could be like, hey, mom, I'm going to go live with Chevelle. And she'd be like, the fuck you are? And he'll be like, okay, I'm going with you.
Yeah. Mom goes to Chevelle's room to apologize for getting upset with her in the car, but she's worried that Quaylon is going to get out and mess up again, and she's going to lose him
Yeah.
again. And that fear makes sense. I mean, she lost him early and for a very long time.
Yes.
Mom says that she will fight to keep Quaylon out of prison, whatever that takes.
Does he stay out of prison?
I don't know, actually.
No one ever seems to post any updates about Quaylon or Quaylon.
Quaylon. I think I mispronounce his name more than I pronounce it properly.
Quaylon. Quaylon. I don't know.
Quaylon. I don't know.
What if Chon and Quaylon had a baby?
Mom doesn't agree with him getting into a relationship right away and says that he needs to get out and adjust.
I fully agree. I agree on that with every one of these people, unless they were already in a relationship before they went in. I agree.
And particularly people who have been serving lengthy sentences, because they're so used to prison life that it's going to take them time to adjust to being out.
And those that have substance abuse problems.
Mm-hmm. They need to confront that in the outside world before getting involved in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But Chevelle tells his mom that she's also trying to keep him out of prison. I don't think that she's going to have any luck convincing Mom of anything other than Quaylon coming home with Mom.
No, I think that Mom likes Chevelle. I do. But I think she is just set, and this is just what's going to happen.
But you can't be mad at Mom here either, because Quaylon told his mother that both him and Chevelle and Maila were coming to Houston to live. So she wouldn't have any reason to believe anything else. So she wasn't like, even though she's not supportive of the relationship, she's still willing to support it. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, she wouldn't be this, like, it's not like Lizzie and Daniel and that mom. This is different. This mom is being civil and nice. And maybe she wasn't at first, but I feel like she is dealing. I think that if Chevelle and her daughter were to move in with Quaylon, I can't pronounce his name now, Quaylon, to, is it Texas? Where Texas. I think that it would be fine. It would go well. I think she would support them, but I don't feel like it's going to be the same case if he stays with Chevelle and doesn't go back with her.
Well, she says that she isn't moving, and she starts crying and telling his mom that she feels blindsided because he never told her that he was planning on going to Houston to begin with.
Yeah, he just decided she's just going with him too, which is fucked up.
Right? She would have to take her daughter away from her mother and her brother and the rest of her family that she's very close to, obviously.
That's a huge decision.
Right. Chevelle says that trust is very important to her, and him lying to her is hard.
Yeah.
And Chevelle says that she's a mother too, and she sympathizes with Mom, but she cares about him and wants him to heal himself.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree, but it's hard because I agree with both of them, but one's got a good point, the other one's got a good point. They both have good points. But he is an adult man.
He can't make decisions for her and her daughter, and that's the problem. I think he is an adult man and he can live wherever he wants, but he shouldn't be lying about it.
No.
Next up, Sean and Destiny. And Sean flew to California for Destiny's release, and he's excited to have some alone time with her at the hotel. Ugh.
So, these two.
Oh, it's
yuck and yuckier. So, Destiny wants tacos. I'm with you, Destiny, because I also want tacos, and that would be one of the first things I would want if I was in prison for many years.
I do love me some tacos. I would want tacos if I was in prison for many minutes.
Oh, Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh, I've been in this J.C. Penney for too long. Let's go have tacos." But he says that he's never spoiled girlfriends before. I'm like, with fucking tacos and $50,000 in bail money? Like, what are we how are we spoiling her?
You've never spoiled girlfriends, including the fucking mother of your 6 children?
Yeah, exactly. I've never spoiled this woman who has had, what did we say? We birthed six
Birthed
of
6
six of
children.
my children. He couldn't even give her fucking tacos for that.
It's so shitty. So he shows a picture of Destiny and says that's what she said she looks like, but she told him that she's gained some weight, so he's not sure what she's going to look like.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely worried she's not gonna look like her pic. So he thinks that people doubt him and Destiny's relationship because they've never met before, but he's gonna prove them all wrong. I mean, we if
Of
we should have a,
course.
a fucking drinking game, and I'm gonna prove them all wrong. Really,
Right.
you drink a gallon of vodka every time. I'm gonna prove them all. We're gonna prove them wrong.
He says he knows it sounds sketchy to bail out someone he's never met, but it's all for love of the game. What?
And so I don't know. I this is like a thrill to some of these people. Like a thrill. It's gotta be.
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way, but I bet you're right.
Yeah.
It's like gambling.
Right. And she calls him, and I have to say that this felt like a setup, like by production. She calls him, and then she says, "Oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack," and then hangs up on him. And I think they wanted us to think she wasn't actually getting out because they
Right.
want him to lose his $50,000, so they were faking us out.
He says everyone tells him that she's catfishing him or she's going to rob him, but he's ready to prove all of them wrong.
No, he's just, well, that he was gonna prove them wrong, but I didn't say the rob part. So she's gonna like put a gun to his head and rob him. She'd take his wallet.
Later, loser.
He mentioned again that he says he's gonna have to come clean with this, whatever it is that he has not told her yet. And in the end, like, he wants her to forgive him. We still don't know what the secret is. We don't know if it's the kids or what he's hiding, or maybe he's broke. I don't know.
He can't be too broke. Although, if
No.
you were broke, you wouldn't be too worried about them coming to take $50,000 from your broke ass. Like, you can't get blood from a stone.
Yeah, he could be using, like, what's the other dude? The Lindsay dude?
Scott?
Is it escaping me? Scott. Yeah, like Scott, he could be just like racking up tons of freaking credit cards, because you can just keep getting credit card on top of credit card as long as you keep like doing the minimums. If you keep doing the minimums and you never hit your balance, and you're always like paying, and then you're like, if you pay a chunk, then like, and your credit stays good and blah blah blah, credit card companies will just come at you with like freaking flying colors, like, get this card, get that card. Card. Thinking he could have 20 credit cards and be racking them all up.
Could be. Next up, Maurice and Jessica, and they're at the airport to fly to LA so they can visit his parole. So we know finally what they are doing.
Hmm. Yeah, and he's scared because he has never flown before, and he says, "I'm a black young man, and we don't like heights or spiders or snakes." He said one other thing, but I didn't catch it. Did he
I
say
didn't catch
dogs?
it. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, he said he's never even seen a plane take off, which isn't a surprise.
Yeah, he was scared of it. He's like, "Whoa."
She asked him if he's ready, and he says he's spooked. He's Spooky Johnson right now.
Yeah.
Next up, Quaylon and Chevelle, and Chevelle says she can't believe he is finally coming home.
Yeah, she wants to really be able to feel him. Gross. And she says they do have a lot to talk about, but they're not going to talk about it today. But it's a pretty big thing that they need to talk about.
Right? She said she was so excited that she woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then mom is starting to talk about how she hasn't seen him in 12 years. She said 12 years ago, I could not find my son. And I knew that there was something very wrong because it was my birthday and he wouldn't like just miss my birthday. And then she found him finally in the hospital and he had been shot.
Right, and went to jail immediately afterwards. That would be traumatizing.
Mm-hmm.
Mom says she wishes she had been there to protect him and she just wants to hold him and never let him go, which I understand from a mother's perspective, but he is a grown man. You have to allow him to live his life. He's already lost out on so much.
Yeah, he lost, but he has like the last time she saw him, he was still like a young man, a young boy, not a boy, but he was significantly younger. I don't know, was he a teenager when he went in?
17, I believe.
17, yeah. So he last time she had her son in her life, he was 17 years old, which is a child, and now 12 years down the road, he's a man and he's gonna get out and she still wants to treat him like he's that 17-year-old. I understand. It makes sense.
Chevelle says she's been waiting 2.5 years and she wants to be married so bad and for Maila to have a father. I feel like she just wants this more than it's like so bad she's ignoring every red flag.
Yeah. I mean, in our Facebook group, they always say how a lot of these women just want instant dads for their kids. And these kids just have to be like, yep, yep, that's my dad. That's my new dad. And I understand that her daughter doesn't have a dad, but it's a lot to put on Quaylon. I mean, he was 17 when he went in. He's finally getting his freedom after 12 years. And now he's got an instant family and a child that's not actually his, calling him daddy.
Right. Even if she was his, it would be an overwhelming amount to try to deal with.
Yeah.
Chevelle says it's such a good feeling that he's finally coming home, and Mom says, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Yep. I would feel the same way. I was like, I felt that in that moment when she was saying that because there's
Mm-hmm.
always that fear, like they're not actually gonna walk out of that gate. It
Right.
happens. That is one of the things that I feel is real about this is they're sitting there waiting. Like that part can't be faked. They can't fake the you can't the production's not calling the prison or the jail and being like, hey, can you just have him re-walk out?
Right.
Like so yeah, I mean, not knowing whether or not the prison's gonna actually release them or even that day or even on time.
She says she is very much looking forward to having sex with him, and she's going to get it on the first night. I'm sure
I
you
can't
can,
fucking
if you have your own
yeah,
room.
can't fucking stand this. I say this shit. Oh, all right. Yeah, yeah. Chevelle can't believe it. He's finally getting out, and he says, I finally get to see him and touch him." And then mom's like, TMI, because that's his mom, dude.
It's gross. Why would you say that?
Ugh.
And she says she's emotional and it's been a long journey and they have to stand out there in the cold waiting for him. And then the gate opens,
And two men are walking out at the same time,
which is fine as long as one of them is Quaylon.
and he multiplied. There's two Quaylons. There's Quaylon 1 and Quaylon 2.
Quaylon Jr.
Quaylon, yeah.
Next up, Sean and Destiny. And Sean said he's so worried and it's taking forever for her to be released. And his heart is beating out of his chest.
And we don't they've made us think at this point that she's not actually gonna walk out of those doors because we heard the phone call, she hangs up, blah blah blah. But she actually does come out and she's carrying a garbage bag full of shit. And she drops her bags and they like legitimately kiss like as if they've met each other before, which I was a little shocked at. Usually the first kiss is a little awkward. It's a little like Amber and
Yeah.
Vince.
I feel like that's the way it would be if you've never met somebody.
Yeah.
She tells him that she loves him and she hugs him. She seems
Mm-hmm.
legitimately into him.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel awkward between them at all, which was just so, I don't know. We've seen it be more awkward with people who have seen each other or been talking to each other for a long time.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
don't know. And she says, "Don't look at me. I have no makeup on." And he says, "You look beautiful still." Okay, that's the right answer.
She says she has been incarcerated on and off for 11 years since the age of 13. And
Wow.
that is a rough time.
Jeez. Yeah. They have still not gotten your shit together. My God.
She's been arrested for burglary, forgery, and possession of a firearm. She didn't mention drugs, but I would be surprised if she didn't also have some drug charges in there.
I don't know a lot about Destiny, but people in the group like say, was she a prostitute
I don't know.
also? They make shit up, but I don't know. But they do not like her in our Facebook group. So they also don't like Sean. When she said when she met Sean, he made her feel like needed, and she says Sean looks older than she thought, but he looks good and he looks handsome. And I'm like, really? Really?
Those standards, girl. We found out that when she was released on an ankle monitor, that she cut it off and mailed it back to them, and then was promptly returned to jail.
Nice.
I'm not sure what other outcome you would expect there. She said she could never stay put in one place for any length of time because she was too busy gambling, getting high, and running amok.
Yeah. That would be a worrisome statement
Amok,
if
amok,
I
amok.
were Sean.
There are so many, like, we need the red flag guy.
There
And
is
everyone.
$50,000 on the line, and she just said that she just has a trouble staying put, and she's got to be in that spot, or he's gonna lose his money.
He says that she doesn't look like her picture, but he's been studying that picture for so long that he can kind of tell it was her. I mean, isn't that saying like I just got catfished?
Hey, I don't think completely. I think yes, they are a little bit filtered. Those are probably younger than her pictures of her, which we all like to use. I think she's a cute girl, especially when they show her with her makeup on and like a cute shirt, and her hair done. I don't find her unattractive at all. Does she look like those pictures? Kind of, but I think they're old.
Isn't that the definition of catfishing though? Like
It,
giving somebody
mm,
something, the expectation of
yeah.
something that you can't actually deliver?
I mean, I went to work the other day and decided after months and months and months that I was going to do my hair and my makeup and wear something nicer than I usually do for our potluck. And I got a lot of compliments. And someone, one of the people that said something to me, I said, "Yeah, thank you." I said, "I felt like being a catfish today." So I get it.
Well, he says that he's usually attracted to short, thin girls, but the spark is there, so he can make an exception. You can make an exception. You look like a Snickers bar that's been left in a hot car and sat on by an overly aggressive passenger.
When I look at him, I see a cartoon rat. Sorry.
I don't know, man.
He has this dumb look on his face, like a permanent dumb look. Like I can't look any different than this. This is how I look. I look permanently dumb. Like
He
I'm
has
staring
one
in the barrel of
expression.
a gun. Yeah.
He owns one
It's called duh.
expression.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he gives her his hotel tacos and she says that it was cute and then proceeds to eat soggy cold tacos.
I fuck yeah, I'll be eating them soggy cold tacos
I'd be like,
too.
take your ass to Taco Bell. I just got out of prison.
I still think I would eat those tacos. Oh, I know I would eat those tacos. Who am I kidding?
I mean, I know you disagree, but I think that she looks rough as fuck and like she totally catfished him. But in
Well,
all likelihood, I think he did the same to her.
yeah, but I thought like when they showed her with like the makeup and stuff, I really did think that she looked good. I thought she looked kind of cute.
Hmm. He says he's happy that she's out, but he has to come clean about the lies he told her, and he hopes that she'll forgive him. I mean, what lies do you think? She said he looked older, so he probably told her that he was younger than he actually is.
Yeah,
And then probably didn't tell her about having 6 kids either.
yeah.
Next up, Scott and Lindsay, and his card declines for the limo, and the driver says, "Hey, it happens sometimes." And Scott gives him another credit card, and that one does go through.
Yep. He's got that cake, he's got that steak, he's got that champagne.
He says he spent a tremendous amount of money on what she wanted, and he will also be getting her a car, but he has to move some money around. So is he a millionaire or not? Like, what kind of car are you
No.
buying? Are you buying her a Maserati?
By moving stuff around, he means withdrawing from his 401k and putting it into his bank account.
To
That's
buy
what he
her a
means.
Dodge Neon? Yeah.
A Kia Soul.
Uh-huh. He says the plan has always been that he would be there when she was released, but then she found out that she was going to be released 2 months early, and so she gave him her arrival time instead.
Okay, yeah. So he's going to be now picking her up from the airport and then transporting her from there to the halfway house. And I guess this was just kind of like a last minute thing. He thought that this was all going to go very differently.
He asks the driver for an ETA, and the driver says soon. And then he asks if she's somebody special, and he proceeds to tell the driver that they met in prison pen pal website. Why, man? Why?
Because they always do. Like they do. They always do this.
It's weird the production is like, tell everybody.
Tell everyone. If you, I mean, just pick a person that would be the most awkward for you to tell something very disturbing to and do it. Tell that person.
So he tells the driver he moved 1,200 miles to be with her. That's a huge ass move.
Yeah, the limo driver is just like, oh, I guess if she's someone special, then this is a good idea. I don't know, or something like that.
What are they gonna say?
Yeah. He's like, oh, you can't tell him, sir, that is a terrible fucking idea, and you are completely getting had, and you are totally getting
Boy, you getting catfished as fuck.
catfish. Well, Lindsay's not catfishing because she's actually a very attractive girl.
She is. I don't know. Can you be like mentally spicy catfishing people where, they just don't know that you're crazy?
Absolutely. I 100%. You could be like, I'm a normal Southern girl, but really, I'm fucking batshit crazy.
So she's legitimately beautiful, but maybe she's not coming through on the crazy at this point in time in her life.
Yep, like that song goes, beautiful crazy, right?
She says she's nervous about getting out because there's a lot of stuff she doesn't know about him, like what he does with all of his free time or if he snores. Equally important things.
Her talking heads are like the best. She's got her prison phone. I don't know much about him. I don't know if he snores. I don't know if he likes tacos. I don't know if he's a millionaire. I don't do a country accent well.
The thing that makes me mad, though, is on these reality shows, they do this on 90 Day also. You have a guy who tries to win a girl over by, lavishing gifts and money and making it appear that he can offer her a very wealthy lifestyle. And then that's what she wants after she gets with him. And he's like, whoa, 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 you're trying to spend all my money. You just want me for my money. And it's like, but that's what you promised her. That's the lifestyle you sold to her. And now you're trying to be like, oh,
Exactly.
that's all she wants me for. It may not be. It maybe it is all she wants you for, but maybe it isn't. And it's just something that you promised. And that makes it, you lied. If you can't supply that lifestyle, then you just lied.
So that's also catfishing. That's financially catfishing someone. So
Yeah.
there's many ways you can catfish someone, but yeah, you can't be like, well, okay, so I mean, let's put this to Destiny. Destiny she could have been like, yeah, I'm gross, I'm ugly, I don't look like the my pictures. Or she could have been like, this is exactly how I look. You know what I mean?
We don't
It's like
know.
no different. It's like, okay, so I have a bunch of, and but the thing is that she like she's giving someone pictures and portraying that's what I look like, that's what I used to look like, or that's what I could look like is no different than you going, I have all this money, and then they get out, and then you're like, whoops, I don't have all this money. And but that was part of the reason why they're with you. Just like Sean, part of the reason why he started, talking to Destiny was because he thought she was beautiful. And if you get out and you're busted, you have fucking catfished them.
Mm-hmm.
So
So many different ways
yeah.
to catfish.
Yeah. Yep.
So they arrive at the airport, and Scott says he's very excited and he can't wait to hug and kiss her.
Mhm. Yeah, I bet she can't fucking wait either. And he's at the airport, and I don't know, he like looks at the board. He's worried she's not coming. There's a random dude sitting in there's one guy in the entire airport, I guess because there's only one plane coming in, and it's Lindsay's, right?
Scott acts like he's never seen a fucking airport in his life as he's wandering
Yeah.
around. And then he goes over and bothers that one dude who's in their mind in his own fucking business. Like, I hope production put him there for Scott to ask dumb questions to. And it wasn't just some guy minding his own fucking business and then have all these cameras and Scott's dumb ass going, oh, is there a plane that's supposed to land? I don't know how airports work.
No, and he asks, so he looks at the thing, and the thing says, okay, so he asks, the plane is supposed to land at 8:30, right? And he sees that on the board, it says it's supposed to land at 8:15. And the question that he asks the guy is, or sir, is that usually correct? Like, as if all this guy does is sit in that airport, monitor that board, and watch to see whether the plane actually lands at 8:15 versus 8:30. Like, sir, you're sitting in this airport. You must know the answer to this, right?
Are you the airport wizard?
Sir, you have all the knowledge of, of how airports function on a daily basis, all the ins
Where's
and
my
outs. I'm sure that,
girlfriend?
like, as if this is what this dude does. You know how you have those guys, those older men that go and sit in coffee shops for hours with their friends.
Yep.
This dude, all he does in his in his pastime is go and sit in the airport lobby waiting for random idiots to ask him stupid questions.
Maybe so. And it does look like it's the world's smallest airport. It's like the smallest
No,
airport known to man.
I'm like, fuck, Buffalo had a really small airport. Jesus, that's small.
Next up, John and Christiana wrap up this week, and Christiana asks him where they're going, and he tells her it's a surprise. A surprise it is.
Uh-huh. And she's like, oh, is this a campsite? Are we going to a campsite? At this point, she's like, he's gonna fucking murder me and bury me in the woods.
But he doesn't. He just takes you to his buck truck. Ba-boom.
What's that? Is it a truck? No. Is it a wedding chapel? Yes. Is it a motel room? Also correct.
Has several purposes. She tells him that she cannot be late, and he confirms that they only have 15 minutes. Now,
Bullshit.
how would anybody get married and get lucky in 15 minutes? Like, that storyline doesn't even track.
It took them it took whoever that was longer to try to get her into the dress than 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you've put on a wedding dress. You are not trying to get into a wedding dress in a very short period of time.
You have 3
There's
minutes.
no way this is 3. Oh my God. There is no way they can do all this plus do whatever in the fuck truck.
I actually think that this scene was in Saw, where you had 3 minutes to get into a corset wedding dress.
And get married and yep. And
Or it pulls all your limbs off, so you know.
are they do they even have time for the ceremony that goes with along with the eagle wing? I don't know. Sorry, John.
So he says that if she's late, she could be sent back to prison, which I would imagine would be the last fucking thing she would be interested in. Wouldn't that put a bad taste in your mouth?
There is no fucking way you could talk me into cutting it that close. You are the same as me in this sense. I would be fucking sweating. I'd be like, we have to fucking go. I'd be like,
Right.
No, I'm not doing this. I am not getting married in this stupid ceremony. I'm not wearing that stupid fucking dress. I am not having sex with you. I need to get to where I'm going so you don't go back to prison.
That would be so.
Yeah,
I would be
this.
freaked the fuck out. But his elder Carrie is getting the truck ready and says that marrying someone who is coming out of prison is a huge leap of faith. Wise man.
I mean, but you did it anyway.
So she gets there and she's super excited about the truck and she introduces herself to Carrie.
She's super excited. Yeah, well, I mean,
she was.
Okay. She was like, oh my God, you did all this for me. It's like, oh, no one's ever built me a fuck truck. Oh, nice of you.
I wish somebody would build me a fuck truck. I'm being real honest here.
Yeah. Honestly.
That's what I want for my birthday.
Oh, if we lived in the same state, I would literally rent a pickup truck for your birthday and build you a fuck truck. And I would bring you steak and a cake and tacos.
Whoa. All right. I'll just have to rent a hotel by you and then you can do all that.
And then the hotel will be like, what the fuck is this?
What is happening here? First time I get thrown out of a hotel room. So John tells her that he wants to get married right then. And she says it's moving so fast and she doesn't know how she feels. So, before I knew that they were married prior to this, I'm thinking that makes total sense. So good on you for your acting.
She was doing great she was one of the best actors so far, I'm going to say. If we hadn't talked to John, I would never have known. Never.
She sold it.
Yeah, she did. So she doesn't know much about his Native American culture when they're going to do like a Native American style kind of ceremony, I guess, because he's got his elders there and what have you. And she says, like, I'm a Christian. And I'm just like, I don't know, because usually people who are Christian or Catholic have very strong beliefs and like wouldn't be cool with this. But then again, she's been in prison most of her life.
People tend to identify with the religion of their parents if they haven't sought out religion for themselves. They kind of default to the religion of their parents, the religion they were raised.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the way she spoke about it, though, I have a religion, but I don't practice it from a child. But I would not be like, hey, dude, I'm Christian or I'm Catholic. No, I mean, my husband would be that way because he's a Catholic. If I were to like force him into like an Indian, I shouldn't say Indian, that's not correct, a Native American ceremony, he'd be like, dude, I'm Catholic. But yeah. I mean, yeah, totally different beliefs.
But she does ultimately agree to do it. And
yeah,
she said that she's never seen a Native wedding.
Does a Native wedding like have a truck in the back? A truck altar? What are we doing in this 15 minutes?
It's mobile. I think it's more about the ceremony, honestly, than it is about like the.
Yeah. But again, how could you have much of a ceremony in all this? We then see her trying to put on this dress that he bought for her. And for anyone who's who's worn a wedding dress, you have to size way the fuck up. Like,
Way the
you
fuck.
could be a size 12 and wear a 22 in a wedding dress. There is
Mhm.
no way in hell a man would get this right. So the woman, I don't know what her name is trying to get her into this dress, and Christiana's whispering, I'm too big for this dress. And I feel for her at this moment because she's not a small girl, and I would not like the way this was making me feel.
Right. She's sturdy. I mean, she's not fat. She's just a sturdy girl.
No, she's just a big, yeah, but she's not the size of a girl that you could just go buying anything for.
Right.
Because you need to, when you're a little bit bigger, you need to know what size you wear. Let's just put it that way. You can't just shove yourself into anything. Yeah.
She says all of this is a lot to take in, and she does seem genuinely stressed, which is silly because we know, I mean, I guess she could be genuinely stressed because she has to get to the halfway house.
That's what I'm thinking, because she actually literally looks nervous, and knowing that she was already married, that's not what she's nervous about.
Right. So he tells her to put her prison clothes back on because they are down to 8 minutes at this point.
Huh.
She says it's hard because they've only been together for 3 months and she's panicking. I would too. 3 months. That is not a very long time.
No.
The lady explains to her what is going to happen during the ceremony, and I feel like that might have put her at ease a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the lady's name is. I wasn't paying attention. I don't even know if they said it.
I don't know if they said it. I didn't catch it. But Christiana does say that it makes her nervous settling down with one man, and she doesn't know how or what to feel. That's relatable. If all of it, they married after a couple months, that would make you feel overwhelmed. Getting out and having this wedding would make you feel all of it. Having to get to the halfway house.
Yeah.
And they wrap this episode up by the woman asking Christiana if she's feeling good about the wedding.
Oh, I was going to say, that's where you literally see on her face, like, she looks fucking stressed out.
She did, man. She did.
Yeah.
Who is your VIP for this week?
It's still so hard to choose because we're still so early in, and I couldn't decide, but now I know what it is. It is a fuck truck. I'm sorry. I don't mean to steal your thunder, but it is the fuck truck.
I'm glad I didn't scrap that one because I was like, oh, that's too good. It's got to go in somewhere.
Only going to ever call it that. It's going to be called that.
I chose Tangi for telling Tyrese that he's acting like a fool and keeping it entirely real with him.
Yeah.
And your POS?
I'm going to have to go with Sean. Just because I don't like him at all. And I just didn't like that comment about, oh, I usually like short, thin girls. You fuck, shut up.
Kelly's not short. His baby mama?
Thinking, okay, since when do you have just the pick of the fucking litter? Go away. Go away.
Bridge troll. Okay. I chose Scott for bothering that dude at the airport. He needs to learn how to leave people alone when they are minding their own fucking business, and also for obviously lying about how much money he has.
Absolutely.
So that's about it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, head over to Apple or Spotify to rate and review. If you'd like to continue the conversation, join our group on Facebook at Love After Lockup Locked Down. Listen every Wednesday wherever you find your podcasts, and keep those notifications on to be the first to catch bonus episodes.
And in the meantime, don't fall in love.
And don't get locked up.
First date at Walmart, keeping it low. Told the clerk, don't judge me, I'm on parole. I brought roses, okay, 1 rose from a gas station. She said, oh babe, now that's validation. We be vibing in a halfway suite. Microwave dinners, romance elite. She my ride or die, she brought me a phone. Even snuck it in once, pre-release song. She hold me down like a key-o with charm. Except she don't mace me or twist my arm. We write vows in Sharpie on my court docs. Judge said no contact, but we beat the clocks. Love after lockup, cuffed and proud. Matching jumpsuits, now we rockin' the crowd. She said, don't mess up, I said, bet. Now we're TikTok stars with no regrets. So So here's the love and second chance thrill. From a concrete bed to Netflix and chill. They said don't catch feelings, but I caught a case of butterflies, girl, not just in one place. Ankle monitor beep. Oops, curfew gotta bounce.